All right, Labor Day weekend. It's always this time of year you're kind of putting the puzzle together a little bit still. So I just actually kind of putting it together on some trail cam stuff I've had this summer, plus an area I used to hunt back when the area was kind of on the downhill slide, but it's starting to produce, got a few good bucks, and a spot down here that I really kind of wanted to put a little micro plot. Kind of got a little mowed area. I think I'm going to maybe come back and put wheat, but even without it, it's a really good hub. Some drainages come together, it's different crop fields. So got a tree stand started right here, brought one in, got the weed eater, trail camera, pretty much got everything again, but this is the time again to make a little bit of disturbance and let things settle back down. But got a monster cottonwood here that I found that's going to be perfect. It's going to be a good evening type set rut funnel too, so it'll be a good food source late possibly. Really like it though, we'll see. I'm absolutely covered up in stick tights and I'm struggling. Can't find a good limb in here. Zero overhanging, so I've got a oak limb I brought in, putting it right over this trail. It comes together. I got a stand right back here I set last year. It's not going to be able to shoot the scrape, but it's going to transition the scrape, or the trail on either side of the scrape. The transition, I'll be able to get a shot. But I'm just zip tying wherever I can. I've got this right at the right height. Got to get the ground, go back and get my rake, and I'll put some buck fever on this in just a second. One thing to note, you want to bring a couple of zip ties sometimes because of your length, unless you get the longer ones. I've got shorter, but I'll just attach them whatever length I need to make. Well, September 2nd, making a couple last minute scrape adjustments and finishing up the trail access paths. This one comes right back to this ladder, ladder of lanes. So where is he today? Dove hunting. Priorities. Anyway, I give him a hard time about make sure when he gets it done. I was like, asked him, hey, you want me to tie that one up for you this year or what? What are we thinking here? Working on an after work setup here. Got a little rain shot coming tomorrow. So in here brought in an oak limb for one of the scrapes. I'm actually going to move this camera to another scrape. I call this kind of the twin scrapes. But anyway, it's a good little pocket. Getting ready to throw down some wheat. Got the spreader, rubber gloves. New set I hung this weekend that I'm really liking, so we'll see. I think it's going to be a good spot to kind of funnel them through here. Excited to try this out. Got the mystery jug, little micronutrients, and going to do a little plot topping today, doing some spraying, kind of last entrance in. You always think it's a little bit of a disturbance going in, but this one's well worth it. You know, when they're drawn to the plot, that's the difference. So I'm excited to try this out. We're going to do a little bit of a kind of a test plot, do kind of a side by side, do some plots that I don't treat, and kind of get a look at it. But this will be good for years to go, especially not being able to haul a bunch of equipment and a lot of different, you know, fertilizers and lime and all that in there is kind of a big thing. So this should be good. That's pretty dark. Yeah, it smells like fertilizer, that's for sure. Well, I'm getting kind of lazy later in the season, but dragging in another big oak limb. Had a ladder stand Lane and I set midsummer, but really no good scrape limbs because we did a big timber stand burn. But I've got a big chinkapin oak right here hanging over. And I grabbed this big long one. I'm gonna try to scurry up this and try to secure it to this bigger oak right here. It's not much for options, so you got to get creative. And I got to clear the ground here a little bit. But in here today doing some fertilizing. Got the four-wheeler running back there. It's kind of a ways off, so you can't really hear it, but kind of slipping in the best I can. Man, this little micro plot's doing awesome. Look at this. All right, trying to slip in here one last time. Make sure that's set right, get the four-wheeler going. Just dry out. Really like to do this on a rainy day, but just not getting them. So just kind of all depending on that weather a lot of times. But just needed to get that set.